Cylinders 2, 4, 6, and 8. So it looks like the spool valves most likely took care of it, because the injectors that I messed with were 1, 3, 5, and 7. Starting to smooth up. Running smooth. I got it up to temp. Just continue to let it idle. Eventually it just smoothed out. I don't know if it's a learning process that I need to figure out tuning. Right now I'm running a stock tune. And I know that everybody says you gotta have tuning to get the idle right, but sure seems like it's idling pretty good now. I don't know. I don't know. Coolant temp and oil temp's good. We're sitting at about 630. Oh, that's ice speed. Where are we at? Oh, yeah, about 6. No, where is it at? Yes, okay, there we are. That's why I got mixed up. 680 RPM at idle. It thinks it's at 0.26 grams for mass fuel desired. Okay, we'll let it cool off and probably start it in the morning. I've let the truck sit for about 4 hours. I'm going to go in, see what the temperature is on the oil, and fire it up. 123. Power balance. Number 2's weak, and number 3's high still. I'd say we probably have something internal on number 3. Hey guys, I got my buddy's truck behind me that I've been building those 190/30 injectors for. That's taking a little longer than I planned. I'm trying to get a machine shop to do the machine work for me, but they're behind. I've checked with several other machine shops local to me, and nobody wants to do the machine work on them. In the meantime, my buddy with the this maroon F250. By the way, he is the one that painted his turbo intake, his rocker boxes, and then hydro dipped them. And I'll put a link into, I think it's Facebook, I think Precision Body and Paint in Jefferson City, Missouri. He does some really good work. It's unbelievable the stuff he does. But he's been really patient, really awesome, good friend of mine with building those injectors. But it's just been taking so long that we picked up some other injectors. I'm not going to say what brand, just because I'm going to tear one down, and if we have issues or whatever, I don't want to create any issues with anybody. But we get to see what another company did. That's kind of fun, because really I've just been going off of what I've read, what I've had done somewhere else and then built and everything. So we're going to actually get to see what a major company that builds these higher flowing injectors does internally. So I'm going to set you guys up and we'll tear it down. I'm just going to do the tear down just so we can see. I'm going to measure stuff and get the measurements and show you. Maybe we'll get to see something else that I've not done before or heard of anybody. That'd be pretty cool. So stick with me and let's see what we find. So I'm going to try to make this quick. I've recorded this like 4 times already and it goes into 15 minutes. And that's going to run my video into like a 30-minute video, which is crazy. Nobody wants to watch that, especially we're not making huge progress. So I still haven't figured out what's wrong with number 3 injector. I'd imagine it's something with the machining because I've changed everything other than that in number 3. So that's by this board I'm calling my injectors that I built Injector X. The injectors you just saw me, or the one injector you just saw me tear down there and measure the internals was, we'll call it Injector Y. Those are injectors from another company, or a company that sells them. It's got a good reputation. I also bought 3 tunes with that, and I think it was like a tow, a street, and a hot street was the 3 tunes with that. And you'll see after this part, I'm going to take it for a drive and you'll see how that goes. So, like I said, I have not figured out number 3, what's wrong with it. I'm still working on flow bench, and once I get that up and running, I will get a set of stock injectors in there and get a baseline, and then we'll try to start figuring out what I did wrong. What I've got here is measurements from the internal of the injectors to kind of show you what measurements take to figure up what the internal CC of the injector is. First one here is the factory, the stock injector. And so the main measurements, I'll try to throw in some pictures here to make sense if I can find some, but it's the plunger up, or the injector sitting like with the engine off. The plunger is all the way up. You have 0.222 on the stock injector, and with the plunger all the way down, firing all the fuel into the through the nozzle, the measurement at 0.030. So you subtract 0.030 from 222, that comes out to 192. You convert that to cubic centimeters, and it comes out to 154. So the stock injector, well, so then you have a tip on the factory plunger that then, if you accounted for that area, it's 0.0094 cc of fuel. Total 164, but we need to subtract what fuel goes out our spill port when the injector fires, which is around 0.020. So you subtract that from 164, you get 144, and what I've read is stock injectors are roughly 145. 144 is pretty close. So then the injectors that I had machined, that I was building, which were a 190 30. So the injector up, the plunger up is 273, plunger down is 0.013. Subtract, you get 260. Convert that to cc's is 209. I had an open spill port, which comes out to 189 cc, 190. The injectors Y, the new injectors that we got for my buddy's truck that I put in, and I'll show driving here shortly, was those are 190 cc 75% nozzles, and that was a plunger up 275, plunger down 0.032, subtract, you get 243, convert to cc's, 195, and those were plug spill ports. So we don't need to subtract that 0.02 from our cc, because we don't lose any when the plunger comes down when the injector's firing. So that's a hair over 190. It's probably better just to have a little bit of leeway. It also had what I show in here. The metering plate was machined a little bit, plus the ball bearing on these injector Y were I think a 10,000 smaller, somewhere in there, 10,000 smaller. So the metering plates are allowing the fuel to go through much faster. So I'm sure that helps out. Maybe that was my issue all along, combined with machining or something. Maybe the injectors are just junk. They're just bad cores. We'll learn more as we go. So basically number 3, I still don't know, but we know it wasn't the spool valve coils. We know it wasn't a Fickum. We know it wasn't nozzles, because we swapped all that out. Well, we didn't swap a Fickum out, but now that I've put new injectors in, it's running fine. So I'll continue with working on the flow bench, and once I make a little more progress, I'll go over it again. I know I showed a little bit in a previous video. Next thing, I'm building another 6.0. I sold the one I built in previous videos to a friend. I've got one at the machine shop. It's checked out good. I'm on the edge of putting steel pistons in it. Let me know what you think. I know a bunch of you all saw the post that I put on Instagram. I know I'm going to put a cam in it. probably a stage 1 or stage 2, heavier valve springs, push rods, O-ring cylinder heads, larger injectors. I don't know what turbo I'm going to do yet or what I'm going to do, but right now I just want to get the engine built and I'll get everything else figured out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any ideas, things you'd like to see tried. I definitely want some feedback from you guys. That way I can make some videos on things you guys want to see. Let's see, what else? Engine ideas. I'd like to thank all of you guys for subscribing and commenting on the videos. I've been super busy lately with other things, and I know I need to make more videos. I need to keep pumping them out because you guys enjoy them. You guys are giving me good feedback and everything. So definitely keep up with that. I really enjoy talking with you guys and everything. If you enjoy this stuff, consider subscribing, like and comment on the videos. Also, I'd really appreciate if you guys would share it with buddies and spread it as we grow larger. I can what little money I'm not making really anything, but I am monetized now, so what money I'm going to make from this stuff is going to get put right back into trying new things on the 6.0 platform. And I'd love to extend this with diesel. I don't want to do anything emissions wise. I want to keep things pretty much emissions compliant. I want to keep everything emission compliant. My buddy's truck's still got EGR and everything on it, and I want to stay there because this platform I feel like has more room to grow. And with these, they don't have near the restrictions with as old as engine as this is, but I think we can make it make great power and still keep the emissions, keep everything, and make these things get great fuel economy and super reliable. So give me your feedback, let me know what you think, and enjoy the rest of this video. I'll see you guys later. Anyway, we're going to start up, go for a drive. I'll show you guys how this drives. Right now we're on, what would this be, like a hot street or kind of like a race tune. We bought 3 tunes with these injectors, tow, street and race, I think what it was, or extreme, I can't remember. But I know we're on the biggest one right now. It still needs a little work and it shifts kind of weird and stuff, which I'd like to try to figure out what it is and maybe do some of the stuff myself, but for now we'll just let somebody else do it. But we're going to go for the start. It's nice and smooth. Should have gone load. Thought I had ICP desired on here. It's running amazing. It's great. Wish I could have done it, but eventually I'll figure it out.